Imagine you accidentally delete millions of critical records from a production database. Panic sets in, but you remember Delta Lake has time travel. You run the restore command and the system throws an error. The files are gone forever.
Wow. Yeah, that is a nightmare scenario for sure.
Right, why does that happen? Well, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we have a focused, comprehensive look at practice questions for the DP-750 exam. We are going to explore exactly how these systems work under the hood.
And to ensure you fully grasp the mechanics of these data engineering scenarios, we are going to proceed at a deliberate, measured, and highly professional pace. We really want to be sure every concept is meticulously clear for you.
Okay, let's test your knowledge right out of the gate with question 1. I will read it exactly as you will see it on the exam. A data engineering team attempts to restore a table to a state from 7 days ago to recover accidentally deleted records. The operation fails with an error stating that the required data files are missing. Which maintenance operation is responsible for permanently removing these historical files?
The correct answer is A.
Okay, so why A exactly?
The vacuum operation is responsible for permanently deleting obsolete data files. Basically, files that are no longer referenced by the current version of a table.
Right, the older version.
Exactly. While time travel capabilities are incredibly powerful, they strictly depend on the availability of those older data files.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so once a vacuum operation runs and the configured retention period has passed, well, those historical versions are mathematically impossible to reconstruct.
I mean, it is basically like a digital spring cleaning. Once the trash is taken out to the curb, you can't retrieve the old documents.
Precisely.
Let us move to question 2. A streaming pipeline continuously ingests data files from cloud storage. Occasionally, upstream applications introduce new columns into the data files without prior notice. The data engineer wants the pipeline to automatically incorporate these new columns into the destination table without causing the streaming process to fail. Which feature provides this capability?
The correct answer is B.
And that is schema evolution.
Yeah. Yes, schema evolution allows a data pipeline to automatically adapt when the structure of incoming data changes.
So it does not just crash the whole stream.
Exactly, it does not fail the stream. The destination table just safely adapts on the fly.
It is kind of like a self-expanding pipe that seamlessly accommodates unexpected shapes without breaking the whole system.
That is a great way to put it.
Amazing. Let us tackle question 3. While building a continuous data pipeline, a data engineer needs to enforce data quality rules. If a record violates the rule, the system should discard that specific and record the event in the logs, but the pipeline must continue processing the remaining valid records. Which data quality constraint configuration achieves this exact behavior?
The correct answer is C.
Dropping invalid records.
Right. Dropping the invalid records while allowing the rest of the valid data to just continue processing maintains both availability and quality.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the bad records are discarded and logged, but everything else just keeps moving.
Which completely prevents stopping the entire factory line just because of one defective widget.
Exactly. It is all about isolation.
Let us look at governance with question 4. An enterprise data platform utilizes the centralized governance catalog to manage access to data lakes. A data engineer needs to define a new governed table that references data files currently residing in an external cloud storage bucket. Which 2 underlying governance objects must be configured first to grant the workspace secure access to this external bucket? Choose 2.
The correct answer is BD.
So that is 2 distinct pieces.
Correct. You absolutely need both a storage credential identity for authentication and an external location mapping for the storage path association.
So you essentially need both the security badge and the map to access the external vaults safely.
Yes, the badge proves who you are, and the map shows exactly where you are allowed to go.
Got it. Let us finish up with question 5. A platform engineering team wants to transition from manual workspace configurations to a programmatic approach for their production deployments. They decide to adopt the primary continuous delivery deployment tool provided by the data platform. Which 2 capabilities are direct benefits of using this tool? Choose 2.
The correct answer is AD.
Because of the infrastructure principles.
Right, it explains infrastructure as code principles. You are basically defining pipelines as versioned files.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then you are deploying those assets consistently across multiple environments.
Which is so much safer. Well, that briefly summarizes the DP-750 exam material covered today, including vacuum operations, schema evolution, data quality handling, external governance, and IAC deployments.